today. From CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. These two rivals played two of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson, a quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Buying time to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be design runs as well as his scrambles.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 11-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. He sets up the screen to Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. You have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
The Niners, so here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
On 1st down, Drummond. That's complete to John Ross. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
34-yard line. A gain of 1 yard. And the 49er
right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Rolling to his right, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Operating from the gun. Drummond. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard on the Seahawks' 33-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And some space here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Made at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd.
7-7. Our score after 1.
End of the 1st quarter with the score tied 7-7.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Drummond. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and 10. Drummond flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jordan Brooks. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. From the gun, Drummond, just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he's got this one complete to Stewart. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Ronald Jones. And that's good for a Seahawks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Singletary, the ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. At the 40.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's a quick slant to Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
They'll go with Jones. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. Ronald Jones unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches? And they use the term complementary football. Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. to throw again. Wilson. A dump underneath to Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
10 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
To Bill Disley.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Drummond, Kittle catching the slant. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Personal foul. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Throwing on 1st down. Drummond. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, Drummond. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. A final shot before break. Wilson. And he comes back with one. complete. So we reach halftime here. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Niners 24, Seahawks 14.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Game on the play brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Drummond. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Drummond completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
At their own 25-yard.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and will see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On second and 11 now. Wilson forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Wilson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield, because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Oh, look at this. They're not even going to get the two-point play off. Maybe too much indecision. It's going to cost them 5 yards.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for two, but weren't really sure they should go for two. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
Now a run with Singletary. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
3-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 49ers' 42-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's taken in by Stewart. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle. From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, the coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, 82 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he's got it up and through. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Seahawks take back over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Coming to you. Coming to you.
Throwing again. Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Wilson will throw again. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go.
From the gun, Wilson.
Let's go, defense. Get out the field, defense.
And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the 49ers. They'll take over 1st and 10.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Under 10.
On 1st down, Drummond. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
6-yard pickup brings up.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Number 25, the ball carrier, Xavier Woods on the tackle.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being